Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Spencer. I am here to provide you with some edutainment. Yay, learning. Learning, yay. Okay, the first word in this episode is eerie. So I set the camera up on my mug, my coffee mug, which I don't have every day. So this is going to be interesting to see how this goes going forward. I'm going to have to get a stand or something, but it's a better position. Let's see what happens if I turn on the light. Yeah, I still get those dumb little things in there, and we got some harsh lighting from above. Whatever. Someday this will look nice, and so will I. So camera's in a better position. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, the first word in this episode is eerie. Why did my voice close up a little bit there? Eerie. E-E-R-I-E. You could also spell it, I've never seen this before, E-E-R-Y. Eerie. This is an adjective from the 14th century. One is chiefly Scottish. Oh, maybe that's the E-E-R-Y spelling. Chiefly Scottish, and it means affected with fright. The synonym is scared. I am scared. I have been affected by fright. That's what people should be saying when they get scared and frightened. You affected me with fright when you scared me when you came around the corner. Scottish, though. I mean, isn't that the same as... I guess when we think of eerie, we don't think of affected with fright. We think of maybe this one. Number 2, so mysterious, strange, or unexpected as to send a chill up the spine. Wow, that is a fascinating definition for the dictionary. That's not what we normally see here. I guess how else are you going to describe eerie? As in the example, we have a couple of them. A coyote's howl. No, I have to put the word in there. A coyote's eerie howl. It is mysterious, strange, or unexpected, and I got a chill up my spine. Also is in, the similarities were eerie. Whoa, the similarities between Lincoln's death and JFK's death are eerie. Have you ever heard about that? Also, more to the definition, seemingly not of earthly origin, as in, the flames cast an eerie glow. When I was a kid, there was a show called, was it like Eerie, Indiana? I think I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch much. I don't think it lasted long, but that's the first thing I think of when I think of the word eerie. Also, just like, it's a good word, and, I like, who doesn't like eerie things? It's like cool and weird and strange and creepy and intriguing. And another synonym, I think, did I just say this word? Weird. Weird is similar to eerie. Weird Al, it wouldn't have the same ring if it was Eerie Al. Eerie Al. It's a little hard to say. It sounds like a whole other word. Eerie Al. And it just doesn't work. Doesn't work. Eerily is an adverb, and eeriness is a noun. What does the etymology have to say? Not much. It says it's from Middle English, a northern dialect version of Middle English, I guess. And their word is eerie, E-R-I. Maybe they pronounced it eerie. I'm not sure. It's a good word. Now, we don't have a lot of words in this episode going forward, so let's get to them. A lot of things to read. Oh, and the sound effect is going to have to be ooh, something eerie. Next is EEZ, the end of the EE section. Also, the beginning and the end of the EEZ section. All caps, abbreviation for exclusive economic zone. Here in this zone, this is where the economics can be. Exclusively just economics. No other things, just in this zone. Economics only. No economics out there. Nothing else inside. This is an exclusive economic zone. Only the VIP economics can come in this zone. Ooh. F. EF. Noun from before the 12th century. So this is interesting. I'm going to have to do a little look ahead because I'm very curious to know. So this is just the letter F. That's literally all it is. I want to look at, you get to see me struggle with my pages. I want to see, so when you go to, every letter has the letter in the book, but also how the letter is pronounced. So like L, the letter L is probably going to be here in the E section because it's probably spelled ELL or EL or something like that. And so we're talking about the letter F before we get to the letter F. And yes, there are, a couple versions of just the letter F when we get to the F section. But, just how you pronounce the letter F is EF. It's just the letter F. Noun from before the 12th century. I don't know if I said that part. That's it. It was not eerie at all. Next is F with two Fs. F with two Fs. What? Abbreviation for efficiency. 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 I'm just trying to find something new. Next is efface. Efface or efface. E-F-F-A-C-E. Efface. Okay, this is a verb. It looks like it's just transitive from the 15th century. 1. To eliminate or make indistinct by or as if by wearing away a surface, as in coins with dates effaced by wear. You wear them down. These coins, some of them have been around for like 200 years. Some, way more than that. You find old Roman Greek coins. They've been around for even longer. But I've got, I think, like a couple 1800 coins in the 1800s, and some people have coins, early 1800s. So yeah, it's like 200 years. Long, long time. And all that time, people putting them in their pockets, taking them out of their pockets, giving them to people, getting shuffled around with other coins, giving it to another person, pockets and drawers and hands. They're just going to get worn away. That's why it's pretty amazing when you can find an old coin that is not really worn away. It's in good condition, and those are worth more. So that was the example for that, but we have more to the definition. Also, to cause to vanish, as in daylight effaced the stars. And wouldn't you know it, the image on my computer screen here just changed to an image of, stars, but also Aurora Borealis. But there's a lot of stars in this shot. And so, it's nighttime, so you can see the stars. But during the daylight, you can't see the stars because they're worn away from the sky. Number 2, for efface. To make modestly or shyly inconspicuous. And who is being made is oneself. So you're making oneself, yourself, modestly or shyly inconspicuous. So is this like you're trying to make yourself invisible? You don't want to be seen. You don't want to be noticed. You are effacing yourself. It's like you're wearing yourself away from the universe, from society, from culture. Maybe it's something like that. Sometimes I wish I could do this. Sometimes I just want to not be noticed, not be seen. I want to just observe the people. I don't want anybody to know I'm there, which I think in general I'm actually pretty good at. I don't think people notice me when I'm around, which is fine. But then other times you're like, nope, here I am. So yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard a face used about you, like a person, yourself. Effaceable is an adjective. Effacement is a noun, and effacer is also a noun. This is from Anglo-French, effacer, don't know how to say. It's from E, the prefix E plus face, which means face. So it's something about your face. The face of a thing, the face of a coin getting worn away, right? That's the big example. I'm sure there's some other good context for a face. A face. Next is effect. This is our last word. We got two forms, tons of definitions. Effect. This is effect with an E. I know a lot of us get confused by affect and effect. Maybe we'll learn the difference finally. Probably not. I'm still going to be confused. I just saw a thing that somebody posted yesterday that was like, I'm still confused about these two words, or maybe it was a professor who said this, and so they said, I'm still confused. I wrote an entire dissertation not using either one of them. Because sometimes it's hard. It's probably not that hard, but sometimes it's like, I got to use my brain, and which one do I use? Okay, effect, effect, or affect. You can use all four vowel sounds. I, e, no. Effect. First form, noun from the 14th century, 1a. The synonyms are purport and intent. What is the intent of a thing? What do you purport? Purport is a funny word. Okay, 1b, basic meaning. That is the meaning of effect. Basic meaning. And the synonym is essence. What is the essence of a thing? The basic idea of it, the basic meaning. What is its effect? That one, I'm trying to think of how effect, essence, effect. What is the effect of a thing? Yeah, this one I don't think it's connecting with my brain. Number 2, something that inevitably follows an antecedent as a cause or agent. This is life. This is everything. Something happens. A cause, an agent, something makes something happen, and then the thing that happens is the effect. Cause and effect. Children learn about this. I remember learning about this in probably 3rd grade. I have a memory of like really in 3rd grade having a conversation in our class with the teacher about cause and effect. Maybe it was a different grade. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I just have some memory of that. And I don't know if they were teaching us. What was the context? I'm not sure, but I have some memory about that. And so, this is a basic meaning, a basic tenet of just life. This is how life progresses. Something happens, and then something else happens. That's just the way it goes. Ever since the Big Bang, all those 100 years ago, now it's like more like 14 billion, something happened to make that happen. I don't know what made the Big Bang happen, but it happened. And then everything else after that has been an effect from everything just explodes and there's clouds of dust and then they form a planet or a star and then life happens somehow. And, everything else. Just your birth sort of... Okay, this is where my brain breaks a little bit, and I got to get into it just briefly. Something happens, a cause happens, an agent happens, and from that, you can predict the next thing. In general, because that happened, that happens. Or you look back at history, and it makes perfect sense why all of these happened because of the thing that caused them to happen. Does that mean that you can predict everything to the end of time with enough information? Or is it random? I don't know. This is a thing that like my brain really gets hung up on sometimes. It's a fascinating thing, especially when you look back. Oh, that happened, so of course then that happened. Well, and because that happened, then of course then that happened. And it just goes on and on and on. And just like, oh, well, it makes perfect sense that this is the situation that we're in now. That's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, we got to move on, though. Cause and effect. Think about that sometimes. Number 3, an outward sign. And the synonym is appearance. An outward sign. How does something appear? What is the effect? I wish we had more context. I wish we had examples for every single one of these, but we don't get enough. Number 4, the synonyms are accomplishment and fulfillment. accomplishment and fulfillment. You have accomplished a thing, you feel very fulfilled. That is the effect. That is the effect that you feel when you do something. You have accomplished something. At the end of this episode, I will have accomplished recording an episode, probably a long one, and I will feel fulfilled. 5, power to bring about a result. The synonym is influence. As in, the content itself of television is therefore less important than its effect. And that is from Current Biog. Biog, what would that stand for? It's not biology, it's biography, maybe? Current biography. So this is a quote. The content itself of television, so the content that is on television is less important than the effect that the content has on people, society, culture. That's an interesting one. Yeah, the effect that it has is probably more pervasive. It's going to affect culture for a longer time than just what the literal content is. That's the influence. And so the reminder, the definition was power to bring about a result. The result is the effect. Number 6, this is plural. Movable property. The synonyms are goods, as in personal effects. These are the things that you got. I got my phone. I got my banana. Those are my personal effects. I also have a pen and some other stuff. Those are my personal effects. Number 7A. A distinctive impression, as in the color gives the effect of being warm. A warm color. Red, yellow. Now, this picture that just popped up is not warm. It's got tons of greens and blues, and it's beautiful, but it's not warm. Although it does look nice and warm, but it doesn't have warm colors. So, a distinctive impression. Oh, what's the impression that you get from, what's that effect? 7B, the creation of a desired impression, as in her tears were purely for effect. She wasn't sad. She just did it to make you feel something, to make you feel sad for her, to give her more attention, maybe. It was just for effect. The creation of a desired impression. Number 7C1. Something designed to produce a distinctive or desired impression. And this is usually used in plural, so you would say effects. So something designed to produce a distinctive or desired impression. The thing has been decided, effects, and it produces a desired impression. How would you use this in a sentence? I'm not sure. 7C2, this one is plural, and the synonym is special effects. In the business, you can't say special effects every time. You just say, oh, I love those effects. Those are some cool effects. How did they do those effects? Wow, those effects people are really talented. They make some really cool effects. I love effects. Number 8, the quality or state of being operative. And the synonym is operation, as in the law goes into effect next week. The quality or state of being operative. It is now operative. It is in effect. The phrase in effect, that is the next thing. And that means in substance. In substance, the synonym is virtually, as in, the committee agreed to what was in effect a reduction in the hourly wage. And that is also a quote from Current Biog, maybe biography. So the quote again is, the committee agreed to what was in effect a reduction in the hourly wage. It was virtually a reduction in hourly wage. It was essentially that. That's what we're talking about. In substance is the definition. The substance of the thing was basically this. That's in effect. I hope that makes sense. There is another phrase, to the effect, and that means with the meaning, as in issued a statement to the effect that he would resign. The meaning that was behind it is that he would resign. So this is to the effect is issued a statement to the effect. It's like this is essentially what it's about. This is the meaning. To the effect of, yeah. The etymology from the Latin verb efficere, which means to bring about, which is from ex plus facere, which means to make or do. Facere, that's one of the first verbs you learn in Latin class, I think. Or at least it was for me. To make or do. It's a big one. And there's more of the word do. So to make or do, and then you put ex in front of it, and it means to bring about. To bring about the effect. So cause the effect. The effect is the thing that's brought about. And then, of course, all these other definitions. There's a lot. Okay. One more sound effect. One more word. I mean, watching the video is the way to go because you get to see all of the silliness that happens over here. Maybe there's not as much as I think. I don't know. The last word is the second form of effect. Verb, it is a transitive verb from 1533, and we have a bunch of usage information, so I always love that. Don't you? Number 1, to cause to come into being. To cause to come into being. So, okay, again, this is the verb, transitive verb, and so this is affecting things. To cause to come into being. Yes. 2a. To bring about often by surmounting obstacles. The synonym is accomplish, as in effect a settlement of a dispute. Effect a settlement of a dispute. You're bringing about often by surmounting obstacles. I don't know why. My brain isn't processing right now. 2b, to put into operation, and the synonym is the duty of the... No, sorry, stop, scratch that. I said everything all wrong. 2b, the definition is to put into operation. The example is the duty of the legislature to effect the will of the citizens. Putting it into operation. The job of the legislature, their job, is to effect the will of the citizens, to take what the citizens want, their will, what they will and won't do, what they want, and then put that into operation. Say, what do you guys want? What do you want this world to be like? Okay, we're going to make that happen. They don't always do that, but that is their duty. And a synonym is the word perform. Perform. That is another way to think about the word effect in the verb form, not the noun form. Okay. This is where we get into it. Usage information. Effect and affect, and I am emphasizing those vowel sounds so we can be very clear on which one we're talking about. I'll just do that to make it easier for you to understand. Effect and affect are often confused because of their similar spelling and pronunciation. Also, and maybe they'll get into this, I think in certain contexts they have a similar context, a similar meaning, but maybe I'm wrong about that. The verb affect, that's the second form it looks like, usually has to do with pretense, as in she affected a cheery disposition despite feeling down. So she put on a cheery disposition even though she felt down. She felt sad. So she affected. She put it on. The more common affect, again, I'm emphasizing the vowel sound, affect third form denotes having an effect or influence. Having an effect or influence, as in the weather affected or affected everyone's mood. So, see, that's where it gets weird, is there was an effect, but they were affected. That's definitely where it gets confusing. The weather affected everyone's mood. The verb effect goes beyond mere influence. It refers to actual achievement of a final result, as in, The new administration hopes to effect a peace settlement. I hope this is making it clear for you. Is this getting clear for you? I don't know if it's going to help me at all, but I hope it's helping you. The rest of this says, the uncommon noun affect, which has a meaning relating to psychology, is also sometimes mistakenly used for the very common effect. In ordinary use, the noun you will want is effect, as in waiting for the new law to take effect. Also as in, the weather had an effect on everyone's mood. See, you can have the same sentence worded a little bit differently, and you use one word or the other. So in this context, this is the noun. This is the thing that's happening. The weather had an effect on everyone's mood. That's the noun. The other example with the weather was, if I can find it somewhere in here. Oh my God, where is it? I have to literally here we go. This is I think also a verb, affect, third form. The example is the weather affected everyone's mood. That's the action happening onto their mood. The other one is the weather had an effect. Yes. Okay, I'm not going to be able to describe this any better. I hope that helped clear some things up. Hopefully, maybe. Okay. It's word of the episode time. We had today eerie, EEZ, FF, a face, effect, I'll say effect and effect. I don't know if I want to pick effect or eerie, because they're both good ones. Effect, it just has just a lot of meanings, a lot of uses in English, and the whole cause and effect thing. I think I just find that so fascinating. Just think about it. Like, okay, if I do this, what's going to happen? A lot of people don't think about that thing, about that sort of thing. They just do a thing, and then whatever happens, which is fine. That's their path. But also, like, if you just look back at history, that happened, and 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 that happened, blah, blah, blah. I think I'm going to pick eerie as the word of the episode because it's just a good word, and I like what it means. It's just, it's just fun and different and weird. And so also affected with fright if you're in Scotland. Song time. Eerie. This song is so eerie. It's not eerie at all. It's eerie. Eerie is a good word. It's not an eerie song, but it's an eerie word. Eerie. I don't know. It's just whatever comes out of the head. And that sometimes it's fine and sometimes it's not fine. How did that song affect you? If you want to make your own song for a word, a theme song, something like that, go ahead, make it real short, please and thank you, and email it to me, dictionarypod@gmail.com. That'd be wonderful. Okay, I got to talk about another movie I watched. It's taking everything in my power not to talk about the movie that we watched last night. I will talk about that many episodes from now because I'm so behind on my movie list. I got a lot. Asteroid City. Saw this back on July 1st. I love this movie so much. My comment, because I post these on on social media, on my personal one, my comment was, the comedy is as dry as the humor is as dry as the landscape. And I love some real good dry humor, and you got to see it, and you got to see it twice. Every single person I've talked to has said, I got to see it again, and I felt the same way. Sharon felt the same way. This is definitely a movie worth watching multiple times. I didn't know what to expect exactly. I saw the trailer, and I was like, yep, this is Wes Anderson's sci-fi version of a sci-fi movie. I'm into it, and it was more than I had expected, I guess. I don't know. There was more to it than I was ready for, and I really enjoyed it. And I really appreciate his style. It's not for everybody. I get that, but I like it, and I like all styles. So yeah, I loved it, and I can't wait to see it again. Asteroid City. Asteroid City. Asteroid City! We're gonna take all the asteroids and put them in the city! Asteroid City! City. That's it. Thank you very much for listening and watching, possibly. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye.